right. Well,
here we are.
Here we are again. We are at episode 18. Who thought we would have made it that far?
With all what are you talking about? We love these episodes.
Oh, we do love them. It's just, with all the other things that we have going on in our lives right now, and our big adventure that we're on right now, and hopefully we get to share with people soon. But yes, episode 18. This is our third live show, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Third live show, and our followers, our listeners have been doubling each week so far. So let's see how many we get tonight. And I did a little Facebook post earlier, and we put the phone number up there on Facebook. So if you need to or want to call in with your stories tonight, you can call us at
315-801-9655.
Beautiful. All right. So tonight we are going to explore, seeing how we're coming up on October, we're going to explore the myths and urban legends of upstate New York. And if we're going to run through some of these, talk about some of them. And if you've got one that you'd like to share, we would certainly appreciate it. Just give us a call on the Tango hotline.
The Tango's ghost line for evening.
Okay.
Supernatural line.
For tonight, yes. And Stephen was like, well, it's not October yet. It's like, yes, but by the time this gets published, you can listen to the live show tonight.
But tomorrow will be October 1st.
Correct. So, by the time this gets published, which is usually on a Thursday, which I'm really, really trying to do, it will be in October. So it's the perfect timing for it, But I got to figure out how to do our opening music and closing music during the show, you know what I mean? So before we start talking, there's got to be a way for us to play it.
Oh yeah, because things are different now. The way we have everything set up, we just used to hit a button, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I used to have to bring it in during editing, which is what I love about the live show. Yeah. All that editing now is gone.
It's gone, yeah.
Unless we really flub something up and then. I don't always go back and edit it. I always tell Angela, yeah, I'll edit it out. You're fine. And then I don't.
And then I'm just like, okay, when I listen to the episode, I'm like, well, it didn't sound too bad, so it's fine.
Okay, so I'm Tango.
I'm Angela.
And again, tonight we're going to talk about some spooks. I
love that.
So do I. Halloween, I love more than Christmas. And it works out good because Stephen loves Christmas more than Halloween. So it's perfect for us. But Halloween is my thing. I know it's Jay's thing too.
Yeah, it totally is.
Let's see. We kind of lost my place here. So I guess we'll start with there.
We're waltzing with the weird. Isn't that fun? Two-stepping with the strange, and perhaps even doing a quick step with the supernatural.
I don't like dancing with the devil under a pale moonlight. Isn't that the sign from Batman? All right. Yes. So like I said before, tonight we are diving into the shadowy corners and whispered tales of upstate New York, exploring its rich tapestry of urban legends and myths. You could talk to almost anybody. I think, everybody's got their ghost story, I think, at some point, to talk about. But, let's see, see if we can put a chill down your spine and in a totally charming Tango Talks kind of way, I guess.
Exactly. So grab your partner, metaphorically speaking, or just a cozy blanket, because things are about to get spooky.
I love spooky.
Me too.
Okay, so let's go through, I think I'm jumping down. I guess I should have scripted it a little bit better, but
it's okay. I mean, we don't really need all this stuff anyway. We just need to know, we're going to start talking. Yeah, we're going to start talking about the different ones. And if somebody chimes in with some of the ones that we have written down that we're excited to talk about, then we'll just hear their stories too, and we'll read it from there.
Sometimes I think it's harder to try to read what we're trying to do.
We're trying to do that because we don't do that.
Well, we always say we're going to try, and then we get about 4 lines in, and we're like, "Screw it, just wing it."
Yeah, and some of these I didn't know about, so when I was reading through, I was like, "Oh, really? This is going to be cool to talk about."
Yes. But I just want to mention before we get into the episode that this episode is brought to you by War Studios, a division of HM Print and Design. And it is a... Just giving me this look like, what are you doing? It's a little bit of a leak. It's, we're, me and Angela are getting together. We both, enjoy a bunch of different crafting things, and we thought we could get together. Angela's always wanted to learn some of the woodworking stuff and the laser and plasma cutter, and she can't wait to get her hands on the lathe and hope she keeps all her fingers when she does that. So this is a thing that we're going to do home-based right now, and hopefully we get something along the way. But yeah, it's War Studios. It's WHAR Studios. And again, it's a division of HM Print and Design. And we're excited to do more together than just be goofy on our podcast.
Now we'll just be goofy all the time.
All right, so let's see here. So first on our list is probably one of the most famous ones, I would imagine, since they've made movies and books and everything else out of it. And that is the Headless Horseman of Sleepy Hollow. And I was reading something that it actually is an upstate New York thing. I think when they started rewriting things, it got a little bit more southern into its storylines instead of being like something around here. I think that's what I was reading earlier. Let's see here.
So
it's right here. So
Sleepy Hollow is like down it's like downstate.
Right. So. And but yes, and I was reading. I thought it was like they said it was something else, but maybe it just says a bit further south instead of upstate New York. But it is an upstate New York.
Well, yeah, because it's
myth or urban legend, whatever you want to call it. But again, they've made
countless movies.
Yeah, I mean, they even had. I think they actually had a series on TV for a while there. It was It was based on that premise where Ichabod Crane came back and he was like now trying to be a modern detective. It was kind of fun, but it was like,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if it made it to 2 seasons or not, but, it is what it is on that. Let's see. What's next?
Beardsley Castle.
Yeah. Now,
that's a really creepy one. That's one where there's been actual documentaries on TV too about it, where people see ghosts in the bar. They see them just kind of walking. I've been there. I personally have not seen any ghosts, and I'm really sad I haven't seen any ghosts because I want to. I mean, our niece had her reception there not in the, like if you're looking at the front of it. Sorry, people, you're going to have to look online for pictures of Beardsley Castle until we get cameras going. Yeah. But if you're looking at the front, at the side that faces the road, you got that whole like left wing there. And she was above the main section there. So you had the dungeon, then the dining room, and then up above there. Yep.
And,
like the ballroom or whatever they call that up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we didn't see anything, but we have definitely heard stories of things that go on there.
Yeah. And Beardsley Castle being in Little Falls, New York, which is it's a very small town located in upstate New York. It's well, they give a little history on it. Do you want to read just a little bit of the history during the 1700s?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't realize that. I mean, you can, you go ahead and continue on that.
Okay, so Beardsley Castle, it's a 3-story castle, like I said, in New York, upstate New York, Little Falls. It was constructed in 1860 as a replica of an Irish castle. And now it's a restaurant and event venue. So one of the things that they talk about a little bit is like during the 1700s, the property was host to a fortified homestead. There were tunnels nearby used to store munitions and black powder during the French and Indian War. Local folklore claims that a group of Native American spies entered the tunnels with torches and accidentally set off an explosion.
Oh, no. See, I didn't know that it had that kind of history into it.
And this is where they say like a lot of the ghosts are coming from because of the number of deaths that actually occurred during this time period. They see these ghosts just kind of wandering.
I wonder if anybody's ever checked to see, you know how they always look to see if like certain hot spots are on ley lines?
Yeah.
So I wonder if anybody's ever checked to see, only because so many people report paranormal activity there. So I'm wondering if...
Well, this is one that's been on TV, like I said. It was on Expedition X. They talked about it.
Oh.
Yeah. And it was done before that too. Some of the other ghost channels.
I mean, it's a fascinating building just to look at.
It's a beautiful building. It really is. Considering what it is.
Right. But to know all that other additional things on there.
Owner?
Well, I guess, civil engineer John Beardsley left Connecticut, arriving in Whitestown, which I thought that's kind of a ways away.
Yeah.
Go from Whitestown and come all the way up here to build a replica of a castle. But I guess at one time it was called Beardsley Mills. That's interesting too. I didn't know that about it.
I mean, honestly, the Beardsley Castle is something that we've both gone to for different events. I've gone there for psychic fairs.
That would be fun to do there.
Yeah. And
Dungeon seance.
Yes, it was actually, it's very neat. And I also went there for a Halloween party quite a few years ago, and that was a lot of fun too.
Wow. That does sound like fun.
I definitely didn't see any ghosts though. Or if I did, maybe I thought they were just part of the party.
Maybe. But apparently it had its first fire in 1919, which gutted the structure. There was, obviously they lost everything in there. And then they started seeing reports of a mysterious man seen near the building in the days before the fire. So they think that one was arson. 41, it was sold to Anton Christensen, who then committed suicide in the building after a lengthy terminal illness. So that's more death on top of what already happened
prior to. So there were 2 fires, according to this. There were 2 fires, which led to... they were making reference to this here too. Like I was saying, they actually hired the owners of the restored castle, hired professional ghost hunters in 1983 so that they could actually make sense of these ghosts, like literally just say, okay, there have been ghost sightings in here. They do all their EVPs and all of the things that they do. So they literally had somebody in there to...
That's just crazy. Here's one I never heard of. This Champy.
Oh, yeah.
The Lake Champlain monster. You've heard of that?
Yeah.
When I was putting some of this stuff together, I was like, what is that thing? I've never heard of it. A lot of these I've not heard of.
Yeah, so Champy is the Nessie of Lake Champlain.
That's just crazy.
So, if we're looking at pictures of him, so if you see him, he looks like this crazy big dinosaur with a long tail, just like the Loch Ness Monster. So Lake Champlain is between it. Well, it's mostly in New York, but it borders between New York and Vermont. Right? Isn't that where it? Yeah, New York and Vermont. And I've noticed they've seen this monster like out there on their boats or jet skis or whatever they're doing. They've claimed to see Champy out there.
See, this is the kind of stuff I love, though, because I actually, my senior paper in high school was on, if I can remember the title, Ghosts, Apparitions, and Poltergeists.
Ooh.
And yeah, I mean, I remember people looking at me like, okay, you're a freak. But my teacher loved it because I had all these like references to actual articles and like testimonials and stuff like that. Yeah. So I did end up getting an A on the article, I did go a little lengthy on the pages, but she didn't dock me for it because she liked reading it so much. So I lucked down it. But yeah, it's always been a point of interest for me. And Champ is a legendary lake monster said to inhabit Lake Champlain, the largest lake in the Adirondacks. Indigenous tribes like the Abenaki and Iroquois have long told stories of a large horned serpent called, I'm going to kill this word, Gitaskog, something like that. Yeah. Gitaskog. People, if you want to look it up and tell me how to spell it. But then they another name they used to call or is that a person? Samuel D. Champlain is often mistakenly credited. I didn't realize there was a person associated with the name of the lake. Boy, my social studies teachers would not be happy with me right now. He's often mistakenly credited with the first sighting, but his account likely describes a garfish or lake sturgeon. You ever see one of those lake sturgeons? They look like something that just crawled out of a prehistoric movie, and they get and they're just humongous looking. Yeah,
but isn't a sturgeon a fish?
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like what they're showing.
It doesn't look like what they're showing, but I could see like if because they do swim close to the surface.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, its fins could easily protrude the water, but it wouldn't look like a neck or anything like that.
No.
Historical. I mean, they started back in 1819 with Captain Crumb. He said it was 180-foot long black monster with detailed features. 1873, multiple sightings, including a railroad crew. P.T. Barnum offered a $50,000 reward for Champ's hide. That's a lot of money. If you go
back in the day.
Yeah. 1945, passengers on the SSS Ticonderoga claimed a sighting. So, I mean, that's just crazy because that's 180.
There were
that's a lot of people.
80 documented sightings.
600 witnesses. Wow. And that continued into the 2000s, attracting attention from Disney Channel, Unsolved Mysteries, network sightings, and Japanese television. That's kind of cool. Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
There we go. So what's this? This one I thought was
That's
funny.
Pretty funny. The wood booger of the Adirondacks.
That one threw me. I was like,
I had no idea what that was, and I actually had to look it up. But you should pull it up because you got to see. Hopefully you can.
Let's see.
So basically, the wood booger is Sasquatch. That's all he is. But we have a wood booger. He's Bigfoot, the hairy humanoid.
Yeah, I don't know why they call it a wood booger. It just doesn't make sense to me. This is another word I've never heard of either. A cryptid.
Yeah,
a couple of things were used with that. So, and I think it has to do with mainly the things like Nessie, Champ, and the wood booger, things like that. But it's just bizarre. Let's see. So
because they say that the name wood booger is derived from the boogeyman, emphasizing its mysterious and elusive nature.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he's typical. He's like typical Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He lives in the forest, and he only comes out, like, he avoids people, like he only comes out
I could be a
in
Bigfoot.
the dark. Or maybe not in the dark, just when people aren't around.
See, sadly, that's always the problem with a lot of these myths and urban legends, is that there's never an actual, well, I guess I can't say there hasn't been actual witnesses, but there haven't been proof from the witnesses. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like it's like every UFO sighting. You know what I mean? It's always a blurry camera shot, and it's like zooming around in the sky, and then they find out that it was just somebody's frisbee with a light on it. They're going to find out Bigfoot all these years has just been somebody playing around with a camera, and it's just a squirrel.
It's funny. But just like anything, it's like, just like we were reading with Beardsley Castle, like in this area, people capitalize on the wood booger. So there's like the wood booger grill.
That I love. I don't know if I would eat there.
Well, as long as there's not real boogers in the food, it's good.
True. But I guess it was considered a guardian spirit in some indigenous traditions, especially in the Shenandoah Valley.
That's crazy.
So, the wood booger. I got a friend who's from...
I just like to say booger. The wood booger.
I have a college friend who's from Binghamton. I'll have to ask him, have you ever heard of the wood booger?
They'll probably say, yes, Sasquatch. Well, they call them skunk apes or swamp devils because they're supposed to be really smelly. Did you ever hear that about like Sasquatch or Bigfoot?
No, but it doesn't
really
surprise.
smelly.
Yeah. Living in the forest like that.
Yeah.
There was something else I was going to say.
I'm sorry, I cut you.
No. It was along that whole... That's what I was reading earlier, is that I was reading somewhere, like it was along the lines of like the there's not the Jersey Devil, but there was another creature like in Jersey that is like their version of a Bigfoot. Like, I wonder how many versions. Now that would be an interesting question. It's like, what do people across the country call Bigfoot in their area?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If New Yorkers call it a wood booger.
Well,
what do people call it in other areas of the country?
I could tell you about the Jersey Devil because I'm from Jersey, but we'll talk about that later because this is really about New York right now.
Oh, we can bring in other things. I've read stories on the Jersey Devil. Actually, it was on some show too. I forgot what it was called, but this was probably 20 years ago. It was on some show. They were talking about it.
Yeah,
it was probably like one of those like sightings or.
So, do you want me to tell the story?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, now I remember. Go ahead, though.
No, say it so you don't forget.
No. I remember part of the story of the Jersey Devil.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but you go ahead.
Okay.
No.
So, well, of course I know it because I'm a Jersey girl. But when I was a little kid in school, there used to be a movie about the Jersey Devil. Do you remember those little films when you were a kid that used to, when you hear this sound, beep, and you flip the projector?
No.
You never had those when you were a kid? Okay, so
I thought you were going to say, like, remember those commercials where at 10 o'clock they used to remind your parents, where are your children?
Yeah. No. So every year at Halloween time, we used to go to the library in our school, and we used to watch this film strip about the Jersey Devil. So basically, the Jersey Devil was born to there was a woman, she was pregnant, and she lived down in like outside of the Pine Barrens, which is the Pine Barrens in New Jersey is as you're going down towards Atlantic City. There's just one whole area that's all like the Adirondack style, it's just full of trees and everything, and they call it the Pine Barrens. So that's where the Jersey Devil actually lives. So it was this demon baby born to this family who really didn't want any more children. They had plenty of them. They had plenty of children. So when this baby, the woman had all kinds of problems during the pregnancy and everything, and she was like cursing this baby. And all of a sudden, it comes time for her to deliver the baby, and it comes out, and it's a demon. And it literally flies into the fireplace and out the chimney and lives in the Pine Barrens. And it's been there ever since.
I don't remember hearing all that stuff, but I do remember it being like a wild child.
Yeah.
That lived in the I heard woods. So I don't know if the Pine Barrens are the woods or But that was the story that I remember reading. It's like okay.
Yeah. But that used to be my favorite thing. Like that used to that and The Headless Horseman used to be my two favorite movies when I was a kid for Halloween time.
I don't remember there ever being a story of the Jersey Devil.
Well, and it could just be
or a movie rather, but I mean, I remember, I think it was on like some sighting show or mysterious things. I remember that.
I know that they had them on like Unsolved Mysteries was big for those types of things.
Oh, that might have been probably what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were trying to figure out like what ran in front of my car.
Yeah. Exactly.
There's a new one too that I apologize, people. I'm trying to manipulate my microphone and not doing a very good job of it. But it won't. I must have something turned wrong because I can't get it to turn so I can face Angela looking at her side, cockeyed. Of course, right? But what was that? Good. So this new one I heard, and I again off topic, of course, was the. Oh no, I think we were talking about it. It was the that I think Little Jay brought it up, the black dog thing. Like when you get overly tired and you're driving, people see a black dog run in front of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's in the same category as like myths and urban legends, or
I would say so.
If it's an actual physical thing because you're exhausted.
You're overtired.
Right.
Yep.
But we were talking about
they've contributed that. So it would be like one of those urban legends, I would say. They contributed that to numerous people have gone off the road. Not because of this. So,
I would imagine so.
They may think that they see ghosts, but it might just be like a figment of their imagination because of just being overly tired.
Yep. Yeah, I remember we were talking about it, and it just happened to pop inside my little noggin. So next up on our crazy list is the Lady of the Lake of Lake George. I was trying to phrase it because it didn't sound right just saying the Lady of Lake George. It could be, any whore in a red dress,
See, this
is the Lady of the Lake.
I'm not like super familiar with this one.
Yeah, I don't either. I didn't realize we had a Lady of the Lake, in our area. And there isn't really a lot of information on her. I thought somebody
that drowned, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think like a lady in white. I thought it was that type of ghost story type thing. Where people think they see a lady in white walking down the road. Let's see. They call. I don't know how to say that. And then NINIE with the little hash on top of it. NE. I don't know how you say that. And Nine. Yeah. I have no clue. I have no clue on how to say that.
Okay. So.
There's a Ninian in medieval text. Traditional water fairy. But that's not. I really thought that. Oh, they got a Lady of the Lake in Lake Placid
too. So there's Ladies of the Lake. So
this one does say that Mabel disappeared while rowing on Lake Placid in 1933. So there's probably, I would have, like I said, like the Lady in White. There's probably one of these type of stories that surrounds almost any popular body of water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're water fairies.
Yeah, I guess they're calling them water fairies. Is the thing. I think the Lady of the Lake called Ninian embodies traditional water fairy. It's she who spirits away newborn. Oh, this is like from King Arthur. So, which I kind of knew that, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
We were looking for more in the myth of Lady of the Lake. Anybody got anything they want to call in with?
Tell us about Lady in the Lake. Anybody from Lake George that wants to tell us all about this?
Let's see.
Because I wasn't real familiar with Lady in the Lake.
We've got a couple of listeners here. Facts. Somebody posted facts. Porcupine podcast. I don't know what that is. I don't know if they want us to go to that or what, but
are they telling us we're terrible at this?
probably, which I apologize. I thought this would have been easier to do. I thought some of this information would have been, but I mean, like I said, I've read on this before, and what I've read is that these Lady of the Lakes or anything like that are usually associated with like the Lady in White, which is, you know, it doesn't have to be on a lake. You can see them on, you know, back roads and stuff like that. And it's usually, you know, a spirit, you know, heartbroken spirit, and, you know, your traditional out to stab and kill somebody. And so let's go into this one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know this one?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you can gladly take over
live in
this one.
Saratoga for a little while, so I do know some of the stories. But the Sagamore is one of those well-known haunted hotels. They say that there was like literally demons.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures here, and I'm not. I don't think I'm ever going to stay there.
You know, the Sagamore is actually in Bolton Landing, and it's, you know, they've. I think it was the show Ghost Hunters. When they were on, they actually went there and they captured all this paranormal activity. There's been stories of people staying in the rooms, and there's like they actually feel movement on the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and they've seen people walk through.
Screw that shit.
Yeah. They've actually walked through the hotel. They see a little girl who like literally stands at the top of the stairs.
Okay. We were just talking about this shit last Friday.
Yeah.
Because I have that. I remember I don't know if I was you or I was telling somebody, but I have that here where sometimes at night I wake up because I can feel like something like, not really tugging on the blanket, but like putting their hand down on the blanket or something.
Pressure on the bed or something. Yeah.
And I'm always like, I always wake like right up. It's like, and I, you know, you know, when you first wake up, you know, you can't see anything, but I'm just like, I hate to say it, but like frozen in fear almost.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just looking around the room. I'm like, what the hell was that? You know, and I'm always looking for the cat. And of course, she's always laying next to Steve. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that was. And I always just keep blowing it off. Like maybe it was just like my imagination or the blanket settling or something like that. But it creeps me out. It's a very creepy feeling. And then we talked about our pets.
I know.
Stairs, staring up.
Stare up the stairs.
I want to smack her so hard sometimes. Like, will you just stop doing? What are you staring at? If I promise you, ever come around the corner and see something up there that she's staring at, this house will be up for sale. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Go ahead, continue.
That's okay. Because those things are creepy, but that's why people go to these places. You know, it's like. You want to actually catch you want to see something. You want to see a ghost. Like I always wanted to go to the Sagamore and stay there overnight and just.
Next month would be the time to do it. Did I just unplug my microphone?
No, I can still hear you.
I got gin and tonic all over the cord though. No, that would be awesome. We should. Oh.
I think we need to do like a tour of these places and go see if we can.
That would be awesome. I think it would be fun to go to. But
some of the things too that they talk about in here is like there's a guy they call him Walter, I think is what they call him. And he appears in the elevators. There's again, this is one of those ones where there's a woman in white that they talk about in this.
That seems a very, very prominent thing. I wonder what
Well, just not to keep referring to New Jersey, but I just remember these things because I used to hear these stories so much. There used to be, where I used to live, there was a tree in one of the local parks that you could drive through the park. And it was painted, the tree itself was painted white. And there was stories about this couple who literally crashed into this tree one night, and it was around Halloween. And you could see her in a white gown, and she'd be like you'd be going through the park, and she would cross right in front of you. And sometimes she would stop and look right at you.
Oh.
So
see, there's a lot more things than what we have on our little list here, because I mean, if we want to get really local, I mean, there have been stories about Star Hill.
I don't know that. What's Star Hill?
So I don't know the whole story about it. Something happened up there.
Well, first of all, where is that? Where is Star Hill?
Oh my goodness. Where is it? It's in Terry Jo would call, because she could tell me where it is. But
is it like in the Adirondacks?
No, it's actually like in Floyd. It's like really close. You know what I mean? And the rumor is, or the story is that on certain nights you can see a lantern coming through the woods. And the only story I've got for that is on our senior prom night, we all decided to go up there and have a couple I think we had a couple of bottles of champagne or something like that. Well, Terry Jo's brothers thought it would be funny to try to sneak up and scare us. And just as they jumped out, the cops showed up. So, of course, the cops were like asking us all what we're doing. And we're told, like, well, we're here to see the ghost. And they're like, there's no ghost. Everybody go home. But meanwhile, detained her brothers for further questioning.
Oh, no.
Like, what are you guys doing up here? What's going on? So, yeah, that's the only story I know about it. But I do know there's supposed to be like some ghost up there, and it's very popular in like the Holland Patton area. Up in that area. I mean, I never heard about it either until that night when they were like, oh, let's go to Star Hill. I'm like, what's Star Hill? And they're like, oh, there's a ghost up there. You can see the lantern that comes through the woods at night. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But that's all I know about it. But
there's always, I mean, you could think back to probably when you were, in high school or whatever. I know when I was, when I lived in Albany, there was this, my friend used to be really big into Halloween too. So I used to spend a lot of time with her. I actually used to spend, like, if it was on the weekend, I would spend the weekend with her, and we'd decorate and do all kinds of things. And one night she actually, for the Halloween party, she had like a psychic reading and everything. And then there was this cemetery in Troy that's extremely haunted. And we all get the bright idea after the psychic leaves to go to the cemetery.
What's wrong with you?
And we're walking through it in the middle of the night. We got to be careful because you don't want the cops to show up and kick you out of there. But I got to tell you, I don't usually get super, super creeped out with stuff, but it was like,
but
perfect scene when we got there. No joke.
Fog.
It was low-lying fog. We're all walking around. We have jackets on and even, hats because it was definitely cold enough. And we're walking through the cemetery and we're hearing things and we all think we see. And, it's when you're with your friends, you can convince each other that you see something or something, whatever. But we did it. We went there and we were walking through and we got so scared at one point that we literally just ran out. But we went up to one mausoleum and it was like all busted up and you could see in there and it looked like there were coffins.
Busted in or busted out?
Busted. I know, right?
Busted out, I'd be out of there.
Yeah. But it literally looked like somebody was tampering with the bodies in there. Like maybe, I don't know, are they modern day grave robbers? Because that's what it looked like they did. Like they busted up the front of the door and you could see in there and it literally looked like there was caskets. Cause in in a mausoleum, the caskets are not
Right.
they're in the wall or,
right.
Something like that. So you could easily just bust that out and pull them out of there. So this was a fairly old crypt too. But that was really...
That's my husband being a punk.
Ghost facers.
That's from Supernatural. So I just saw that on there. I was like, what? And I was like, oh, that's okay. He's being funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So we totally did that. And it was just really, really crazy.
I'm trying to think if I know of any other like local things.
Well, what else do we have?
I had a couple of things in my head as I was talking about Star Hill, but now I don't remember them. So I want to go there.
Yeah.
Just looking at the
Doesn't it looks creepy, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it looks like a funeral home.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it's got that front, how,
like you would drive through it, and I can't wait till we can have a monitor behind us so people can see the things that we look at.
I know that we're seeing. Yeah.
But that's a creepy looking. It also, what it also reminds me of? The Overlook, The Shining.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
All right. There it is right there. The Lady in White of the Oakwood Cemetery. Now, I don't know where that is.
Well, I don't remember what the name of that was. And if that's the one in Troy, that's what it's all about. Because that's what they say, is that there's a woman in white that walks through that cemetery. So we were all hoping that we would see her. If this is the same cemetery, I don't know if it is. But the cemetery that I'm talking about is the one in Troy, New York. So
the Witches of Kinderhook. Anybody know
those are like the Sanderson sisters
of New York?
Of New York, yeah.
People could stop popping up their junk in front of me. Well, normally I like that, but not when I'm trying to find stuff. So the legend has it that in 1980, a large Bigfoot-like creature stalked and terrorized families in upstate New York and beyond. To this day, the residents in the Catskills stand by claims made decades ago of the terror caused by the Kinderhook creature. That I've never heard of.
So he's like the booger.
The Catskill booger.
The Catskill booger. He's in the Kinderhook. He's Kinderhook.
Now, it looks like they did a book called The Kinderhook Creature and Beyond. Oh, just last year. Well, what year is this webpage? Kinderhook residents should be familiar with spooky tales of headless horsemen, ghosts, and fairies. But in the 1980s, the town became home to a new type of fright, the Kinderhook creature, a Bigfoot, I almost said boogerfoot, a Bigfoot-type hominid that terrorized families and was reported all over the county and beyond. That's interesting because I've never heard of that one. Well, like you said, it's been going on since 2015.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I can't imagine going through decades of torment from something.
There he is.
That's not.
He is too. See, the terrifying creature, Sasquatch creature of Kinderhook. That's what he looks like. He looks like Planet of the Apes.
That's my father.
That's not so scary. That's not so scary. Yeah,
well, it's funny because we just got done talking about UFOs, and it's funny that they say here, over the last few years, the discussion of UFOs have certainly become less taboo and less talked about. I don't think you hear as many people talking about UFOs like they used to. Now it's creatures, things that go bump in the night and, are out to get you.
That's Binghamton area.
Yeah. Well, there, yeah, about 20 miles northwest of Binghamton. That's still pretty close, though. 39 sightings.
46 sightings in Schenectady.
In Schenectady? All right,
52 in Utica.
There you have it. I think we're back on UFO sightings, aren't we? Utica lands at number 8 on the list, New York cities with the best odds of supernatural observances. What? Wow.
Oh
okay, then. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll be sleeping well tonight. Now here's another one from Lake George.
Oh, the Lake George Phantom Boat.
You've heard of that one?
That's the one. Yeah. They say that, I think that is one. Well, pull it up before I start talking because I am not 100%. I thought it was a steamboat that actually sunk and they can still see it. They still see it on occasion. It's been sighted.
On the water or under the water?
No,
okay.
on. They still see it going by. But let's look it up. Let's find out.
There's not even a discussion about it. It's that taboo.
What?
Oh, well, apparently you can rent the stupid thing. I'm here to rent the Phantom Boat for 3 hours, please. It's a 3-hour tour. Then we're going to crash on an island. I'm sorry, people. We just get more and more stupid as the hour goes on.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's see here. What's this one? The Demon of Crooked Lake. Let's see what we got for that one.
That's up in the Indian Lake, right? Up in
Crooked Lake. You know what? Because I make those lake maps. I think I've done a Crooked Lake in every state.
There's always a crooked lake.
Yeah, everybody's got.
Oh, it's Keuka Lake, the lake serpent.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, it's a lake serpent.
Sightings are reported. Oh, you go ahead with this one.
Okay.
You want me to try to summarize that?
Sightings are reported in the late 1800s, again in 1915, and possible glimpses ever since. Keuka Lake always carried a certain prestige: shimmering waters, vineyards, lakeside estates.
And a serpent.
And a serpent. And the Crooked Lake Serpent. So he is just like the Nessie monster must be.
Yep. All the way back to the 1800s.
Yeah. So every single lake has its own Nessie.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's like it seems like a lot of the stuff.
Body of water. Yeah.
Has like the lady in white, some kind of serpent. What else did we find that was near water?
Near water. The big trout, which is, didn't you say there was the big...
Oh, sturgeon.
The sturgeon. Yeah. Sturgeon, not trout. Well, sturgeon, trout.
Whatever.
A big fish. Some claimed it was a giant sturgeon.
I think it was a sturgeon. I'm kindred to a lot of these pirate folks. And they all like to drink. And I think it's all this drinking that
oh my gosh.
has
so
gotten them.
Everything is just a fish. It's just a fish. They're
Right?
telling you, we just debunked it right here for you folks.
Well,
It's just a fish story.
Oh, but here's what makes how does that
Keuka, yep.
serpent unique is how it straddles two worlds.
What?
On one hand, it's a wink between neighbors, an inside joke for those who summer on the lake. On the other hand, it's a story that binds Keuka to its sister lakes in the Finger Lakes Change, especially Seneca, which has its own monster legend.
Old Greenie.
Old Greenie. Before the Crooked Lake Canal was closed in 1877. One could imagine a restless creature traveling between lakes, slipping unseen past canal locks under moonlight.
Ooh,
I call
spooky. But again, here we go with the
myths.
whole,
Right. It's all.
Yeah, it's all.
But you know what, though? They always say that, especially your myths, are always based in some part of truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I wonder what really, I'm sure everybody probably wonders, what are people actually seeing that makes them think that they're seeing a monster?
Well, I mean, for the lady in white, it could be a grocery bag flying across the street.
Well, it really could.
Yeah.
I mean
it could
now,
be anything.
But
you know that you can, if you think something is scary and you have that in your mind already,
true.
You can convince yourself that you see anything, you know?
Yeah.
So if they say that they see like Nessie or they see, Champy or this guy, the Crooked Lake Serpent, I don't discount that there's, they're seeing something. They're actually seeing something, but what is it? Some people say it looks like, Nessie because it's got that dinosaur look. And some people say it just looks like a sturgeon. And some people say it looks like, but then again, it could be any one of those things. It could be some prehistoric creature that,
Well, they keep finding them still.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They keep finding, especially in the ocean, as they explore more and more depths and more of the ocean, they keep finding these things that they thought were extinct.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was in college, reading an article that just off the coast of Japan, they caught a, I can't remember how to say it, but cyanthrope or something like that. But it was a prehistoric fish that they thought had been dead for 40 million years, and it's still alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the bottom of this, these oceans, so who knows what's down there?
Right.
But
and if you've got a lake where there's boats, who's to say that these things can't even get in a motor or on the bottom of a boat, just something small, and then you bring it to
it's some kid's alligator.
It could be.
Flushed it down the toilet, and now it's
now it's in the lake. Could be.
Now it's in the lake eating people. Let's see. But again, I think, like we just said, anything around a body of water, I think just inspires that.
Yeah.
That imagination to see something.
Well, and I think some of these things are brought out because people have fears, like I think fear of water or fear of like this right here, the tunnels.
Oh, yeah.
Going through a tunnel. Some people are just like scared to death to go through a tunnel. Yep. You're underwater, there's really no escape. So you creep yourself out and all these things come about, I think.
There's another one. Poughkeepsie has their version of the woman in white. It's funny to, when you start looking into these things, like this one was established in 1853, spans over 43 acres. That was a cemetery, not the story.
Yeah.
But, that
the cemetery is haunted by a woman with it said that it's haunted by a spirit of a dark-haired woman whose glowing apparition is seen by visitors passing motorists wearing a long white dress. Visitors at the cemetery have reported witnessing other spectral entities and shadow figures over the years, as well as experiencing strange paranormal phenomena such as sudden cold spots and feelings of being watched.
Okay, that last one right there. So when I was in my teens, me and my brother used to go down the hill and we would wander through the woods and, typical teenage boy stuff. But I remember stopping in the middle of the woods and my brother was like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "I feel like we're being watched." And we turned around and there was some creepy old dude with this long beard just standing there staring at us. You've never seen two white boys run out of a forest so fast in your life. It freaked me out so bad. It was just the creepiest thing. I mean, this guy,
just standing
yeah,
there?
But this guy looked like he lived in the woods. You know what I mean? He was probably just a homeless person wandering, around.
Yeah.
But we turned around and he was a good distance away, but he was just staring at us, and it just freaked us both out. We just, we were out of there so fast.
Creepy.
I was enjoying cocktails this afternoon, so I didn't have time to put this together.
Well, I think we had a good run of them for sure. It's fun to talk about them. We're probably not as creeped out just sitting here talking about them as we would be if we were actually in these places right
True.
now.
And being that we're Halloween fans, I remember going to a haunted show in Cincinnati. We were at a trade show, and we went to this haunted house, and it was my old boss before I bought my business. Mm-hmm. Did a lot of this Halloween props and stuff like that. So we're walking through this place and we're laughing. one of the guys behind like the walls just literally stopped and said, "Come on, guys." I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm around this 24/7. You know what I mean? This stuff doesn't scare me that much, and I always have fun going through them because there are some rooms where it's just like, I don't like the strobing lights and things are getting closer to you.
Mm-hmm.
Those freak me out a little bit, but we were just laughing our asses off through the whole thing because, you jump a little bit and then you laugh,
right.
While everybody else is screaming their brains off. Those two idiots are just laughing through the whole thing. But, it's like us right now, we're not getting creeped out because Halloween's our thing or our husband's things, you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And then you've got Eva Koo on here, which I have definitely never heard of. But you know the story on this one.
Well, I didn't know the story until I first moved here because everybody was...
Wait, it's local here?
It's local here. Like, not here in Richfield Springs, but Otsego County, Oneonta, Cooperstown area, like all of Route 7.
She's on the Murderpedia.
Yeah. Yes. So this woman... Eva Koo, she is originally from Canada. She moves to New York, specifically the Oneonta area.
Great.
And in the 1920s, she does this. Okay. She opens up a bar and she has a house on Crumhorn Mountain, which is not far away from where my dad lives.
That's just a creepy looking house.
It's just a creepy looking house. So the story goes, she is she's the third woman at this point in time to actually have been murdered herself, like not murdered, but gotten the electric chair because she committed murder. So she inherited, and this is a funny thing because her family must have been well-to-do, or maybe it was just in that time frame. Her family, her mother passed and left her a handyman with this house. So Eva Koo takes out a life insurance policy on this handyman, and she ends up killing him for the insurance money. So come to find out, she does this throughout a period of time. She takes insurance policies out on... Wait,
she got married or...
She didn't get married.
Just took them out on different people?
Them out on different people.
Oh.
Like people that worked at a bar or whatever, with that anticipated notion that she would either off them or they would die and she would have the money. So in 1935, she goes to jail, obviously, for the murders. And in 1935, she's actually sentenced to the death penalty to get the electric chair in Sing Sing prison. So now, with that being said, she is said to be haunting the area that she was in.
Yeah, the Mohawk Valley area.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that is.
I had no idea because a lot of times, people are like, they're always like, Eva Koo, Eva Koo, Eva Koo. That's what they'll say. And that it's usually supposed to be something that they do to bring on the ghost.
Is that like saying Bloody Mary in the mirror 3 times?
Maybe. But I didn't know anything about this. But the more I read about it, I was like, this is crazy. But then when I found out where it was, I was like, this was like literally at our back door.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like it's right there in Skenevis.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's where Stephen's uncle's from.
Okay. And that's where my dad lives. So, and this Crumhorn Mountain is literally like my dad lives at the bottom of Crumhorn Mountain. So it was right in that area.
Oh my goodness. We've probably driven by that house.
I'm sure. Yep. Yep. So I thought that was really interesting, though.
That is very interesting and very, very creepy.
It is creepy.
Anybody commenting on that?
Does anybody have anything to say about Eva Koo?
and not ghost facers.
They gotta know about Eva Koo.
Apparently not.
Okay.
But now I do, and I wish I didn't. All right. Well, I think that's it. Eva Koo, that one. Crumhorn Mountain sounds like something from Dr. Seuss. Doesn't it? Like where the Grinch lives.
Lives on.
Well, look at her, though. She looks like somebody that would murder people.
She looks like a psycho. I know.
All right. From Canadian girl to speakeasy killer. You go, Eva Koo. All right. I think we're about done with that for tonight.
That was fun. It was a fun segment.
It was fun. Only because we both enjoy that kind of stuff. And it's just, it's funny to hear all the, we went through all these different titles, but how many of them are the same? You know what I mean? Just call a different thing. Like that Woman in White is, I think every lake has got one. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Have you had any, like, I guess, close encounters of your own?
I mean, I always, I work in a facility that used to be an old age home. And there are ghosts that roam the halls of this building. And I've seen them. When I first started working there, I would never say anything that I've seen them. I just always blame it on, I'd have my glasses on. And I was like, oh, it's just a shadow in my glasses.
You were saying this last week.
Yeah. And there was plenty of times that I've noticed this, one woman who, again, it's a woman in white, and she was standing there, and I turned around and she wasn't there. But I was like, oh, there's nobody there. But then the girls started talking more and more about the little things that have gone on there, some of the like doorknobs rattling and doors just slamming shut and garbage cans flipping over. And, these are things that I've actually seen with my own two eyes, and the more they talked, I was like, okay, I'm going to start talking to and see if I'm crazy about this woman in white. And they're like, you're not crazy. There really is one. And there's also supposed to be a man who he wears like overalls and he has a straw hat. And they see him walking around there. So these are people that were probably just residents, They passed away in the old age home. And, it's funny because one of the nurses that we have on staff actually used to be a nurse in that nursing home. So she can share some stories too,
Too bad she didn't call in tonight.
I know. But so I've seen things, but you almost
take it with some skepticism.
Yeah, you almost don't want to believe it because I'm always like, it's got to be a shadow. Like, why would I just see something like that? Because it wasn't like I was thinking about. I didn't even know at first. I was like, I had no idea. But you can always assume that if you're in a place where there's a lot of death, then
right.
You might catch a spirit or two. But so I mean, that's kind of been my encounters in that.
My old shop in Utica, we used to do we used to clean the screens out in the basement. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I would do them at the end of the day. So, everything was locked and closed and, we were shut down for the day, and I would go down there and it was like my end of day routine. I can't tell you how many times. Well, first of all, I think I told you, like in this basement, there was a section that was a half height basement, and there was a toilet in there with a door and a rock with a chain to it.
That's
and
creepy.
That creeped me out from day one. I wouldn't even go in there. Like I saw it in there, and I had this big sign. I just pushed it in front of it and just like, I'm just going to ignore what I saw over there. But many times being down there, and I would swear, now it could be my vividly overactive imagination, but I would swear I would see like a shadow go across the wall, and I would freak, and I'd be like, all right, I'm going upstairs. But then as I got to the top of the stairs and as I was closing the door, the hair on my neck would just stand up, and I would get like that cold, clammy feeling. Yeah. And I just felt like somebody was going to grab my hand as I was closing the door.
No.
And I was done for the day. Like I wouldn't even go downstairs for the rest of the day. And at the time we were living upstairs in the apartment part, and I would lock the door to the shop and I would go upstairs and I would be done for the day. And I was like, I can't go down there. I just can't. And I'm sure, you try to convince yourself like it was just my imagination. But when your whole body has that reaction to it, you know what I mean? It just creeps you out so bad. And the only other time I've had anything like that happen was when I was living on Genesee Street in the old Sherman Estate building, which it's part of a multiple house. I don't know if you call it an estate or whatever, but he had multiple homes there, and it was right across from the laundromat there on Genesee Street, and it was Christmas time, and we were sitting on the couch, and I would swear on my favorite uncle's grave that this ornament came right off the tree and then dropped. And I remember going, well, what the hell was that? And the story I was told was, so the apartment we were in was actually the slaves' quarters. And the way this house was set up is that you had the top floor, which is where your servants, I should say, lived. Mm-hmm. Then there was the actual living space for the the people that owned it. And then in the basement, they actually kept their livestock down there. So they would actually have a couple cows in there and pigs and stuff like that. And I only went down there once, and it was because the water pipe was leaking. I wouldn't go down there again because you could see all these stalls and little workrooms and stuff like that down there. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going down there again. But yeah, that bulb coming off the tree. And like, I don't know if I actually saw it come off the tree, but out of the corner of my eye, I caught the sparkle of it and then it falling on the ground. And I was just like, and so back to the story, is that it's a mother and daughter that had died in the place. And they've been reportedly had been seen through other residents of the, because the whole place was building. Because it was turned into a multiple apartment building by the time we got there. Yeah. So, many of the people who had lived there has said that they've seen this mother and daughter standing at the top of stairs. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Creepy.
But again, that story, to the best of my knowledge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether, like I said, my overly active imagination formed a part of it, possibly. All I know is what I believe I saw.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's enough of spooky tales. I don't know how spooky they were for people, but it was fun. We're coming up on Halloween, which is a fun month for us. So
yeah, maybe some more shows will be about different things. Will revolve around some of our spooky.
Oh, maybe we'll do a whole month of spooky things like history of Sam Hain and stuff like that. Well, you say it differently. You say we say it wrong.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be a fun thing too. That'll play into the whole Michael Myers thing.
Oh gosh. Y'all know who likes Michael Myers.
All right, people. Till next time. Skull.